Hey guys, it's me, Pokemon Jaybear HD, and today we return to our journey using only water-type Pokemon to defeat Pokemon Blue, and we are at the Pokemon Center right outside of Rock Tunnel. We currently have 2 Mons. I don't know if I need cut, but I'll just carry it around just so I don't have to keep going back and forth. But we have Bubbles, the Wartortle, at level 30 with Bite, Tillip, Dig, and Water Gun. And we have Potential, the Gyarados, at level 30 with Dragon Rage, Body Slam, Bite, and Bubble Beam. And at this current time, oh yeah, I'll sell that when we get the opportunity, but because I forgot to do it. This current time, we are gonna make our way to Rock Tunnel so then we can get on over to, I always want to call it, I always say Cerulean's like my go-to, like for wherever I say everywhere Cerulean, but we're not going to Cerulean. God, I'm blanking. I will figure this out. I know what it's called somewhere in my headspace, but right now I am blanking, so I'll probably just go to the map because I'm that annoyed right now with me forgetting. But in any case, we are, as you can tell, very overleveled compared to the competition here that we really see, but that's again because we only have 2 Mons, so not much I could do about that. However, I am going to use the town map because I am blanking so hard. Man, well, we're gonna go through Lavender, but I know about that, but I'm trying to think of. It is Celadon. God. Yes, we're trying to make our way to Celadon. Because that's obviously the next big challenge, and fuck. Man. I don't have Flash. Because I don't have enough Pokemon. I don't think I have enough Pokedex to get Flash. Man, fuck. I'm gonna have to look up a map real quick. Because I'm doing this dark, is what it looks like right now. And that is no bueno. So, let's look up Rock Tunnel. Because I'm not going to be able to flash through it. And speaking of Lavender Town, this definitely sounds like Lavender Town, I believe. Yes, it is, for sure. But let me find this map real quick, because I do not want to have to catch a bunch of Pokemon just to get Flash. So while I grab that map, I am going to implore you to be gentle with me as I figure this out. So we're going in blind. Man. Okay. So I think okay, I can see where I am now. This map doesn't have items on it, so I'm probably just gonna miss out on whatever items are in here. And of course, no water, thus no water Pokemon, so we're not worried about what we run into. And okay, you literally can't see the people. That's just interesting. So we're gonna have some fights. Like, I knew there were people in here, but like, there's literally no sign of them whatsoever. So that's we're just gonna randomly run into these people, I guess. And Slowpoke, I was gonna say that did a lot of damage, but that was a crit. So all is well. But in any case, as we are moving through this tunnel, it makes me think about, I'd say like all caves in this game barring Victory Road are like, I feel like they're too, like, since there's just not enough Pokemon, there's just not a lot of variety. Like, I think in Gen 5, when they added Chargestone Cave, like, that's such a cool concept. Like, oh, this is an electric, you know, like, electrically charged, sorry, I just smacked the mic, electrically charged cave, and thus it made the amount of, or the, you know, the types of Pokemon vary a good amount. So I think that was a really cool idea to kind of like mix things up, because obviously, like I'm saying here, like we're gonna run into like a bajillion Zubats and Geodudes. Like that's about all we're gonna see for the most part, and you know that's not great for diversifying your team if you're, you know, playing it normally. Like obviously we're not playing it normally, but where the fuck am I? Okay, never mind. I know where I am. But that was a nice bit of text that this guy draws Pokemon when he's at home. Like, yeah, if you're a Pokemaniac, that makes sense. It's a cool thing. I cannot draw for the life of me, so I would never do such a thing personally. But those who can draw, I always find that super awesome. Especially, like, obviously I lack that talent, but like just being able to draw always is very impressive. And especially like there's the guy that he drew Pokemon, you know, like on the internet, and put him on the internet like for a long time. He drew Pokemon like more realistic looking, like, oh, you know, imagining what would they look like if they were, you know, in our world, because obviously these are meant to be a little cartoonish. Like I had spoken about previously, how I like that mix of realism, but obviously taking those liberties to give them a little more expression and cartoonism to them. But yeah, this guy was doing that, and he got hired for the Detective Pikachu movie, which they, you know, basically tried to do what he had been doing all along. So that's super cool. And his drawings were really good too. Like I had seen them before the movie, and I saw the movie as well, which I enjoyed. But it was, you know, it always makes things look interesting, especially like seeing a new perspective on something. And oh, my music cut because I share Spotify with my brother, and he is usually very oblivious to when I'm using Spotify. So let me find some music to put in the background mid video, cause clearly he is now listening to Spotify. Thus, I will just go to some Glitch City, since I know she doesn't at the end put like anything in the back. So yeah, not gonna be a metal episode this time around like we usually do, but that's okay. I do enjoy some Glitch City. They're nice remixes. So we are, okay, that's cool. So we're facing these Pokemaniacs that each have a starter, so that's cool. I like to see the diversity, at least if it's not going to be in the wild Pokemon, at least be in the what's it called, in the trainer Pokemon. So that's always nice. Also, hopefully this music isn't too loud. That I didn't really think this through about the volume, but we'll find out. Or not, I won't find out. You'll find out, because I do not watch these videos before I upload them. I straight up just, once I'm finished recording, bam, it just goes straight onto YouTube. So I do not care. Like, if it's that bad, there isn't gonna be anything I can do since I'm recording this with live audio, and I save after every recording. So there's actually no, like, I guess I will probably have to listen for it later just to make sure in case I have to do this again. But this episode is trial, so we're gonna find out if this works. So I will hope for the best, and I'm sure Tristan will let me know whether it's really bad, or if this is just a video where you turn off the volume and, God, fuck, I keep hitting the mic, my bad. I trying to put it out of my face, but it just, I scratch my nose and face a lot, so yeah, I kinda hit the mic a lot, I've realized, as I am recording these, but thankfully I am sure that you forgive me for my sins there, as I'm just too lovable to stop watching, obviously, because you're just on the edge of your seat waiting to see if I can beat this with just water types, since, you know, there's clearly so many big obstacles left after I already beat the electric gym. Which, by the way, no. Tristan, speaking to you directly right now, since I know you have at least watched through, I guess, yeah, it must have been last episode. I think, yeah, last episode is when we fought Lieutenant Surge. That means I 100% know that you watched that episode, because you just talked to me earlier about how you think the gym is easy. Like, it's pure luck. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you saw, like, I had a bunch of 50-50s and, oh, I guessed wrong. You know, it's just pure luck. Like, that's bullshit. Like, I didn't sign up for pure luck. I signed up for partial luck. So that's, you know, so at least give me that. Sorry, I'm looking at the map. God, I'm bad at, like, looking at stuff on another screen and trying to, like, talk. But yeah, fuck you. Just straight up fuck you. if you're telling me, oh, it's such an easy gym, like, no, you're the literally only person that thinks that. Like, I promise, you are the only one. And yes, Tristan, I will let you know right now that I am online and playing, so that I'm literally gonna type back to you. Like, I'll let you know this is when I am recording. So this episode, you'll have a fourth wall breaking that but yes, Tristan just added me in Discord and was like, "Hey, you're online and playing Citra." Like, yes, I am recording. That you caught me. Do you want a cookie? Like, I don't know. I think that's very astute of you. Great sleuth work. But yeah, you'll see this. Well, actually, it's gonna be put up the day after I'm recording it, so So Tristan, when you are finally probably seeing this, I put up this video probably about 24 hours after you saw me recording it. So I have been semi-bulk recording this, in that I've been usually recording like 2 episodes at a time. So like there's been I think maybe 1 or 2 episodes so far only that I've actually recorded same day, but for the most part most of these episodes are going up like a day after I record it, because I'm trying to do 1 a day, in case that wasn't obvious by now. And I usually put them up at like 4 p.m. my time, since that's I sleep in, as obviously I assume the people that are watching are the ones that are aware that I have a overnight job, so I put this up at like 4 p.m. because I know by then I can at Michael with it, since with every episode, whenever it drops, I try to post it into our group chat and at him. So yeah, these usually go up around 4 p.m. on a daily basis, and which I do, yes, you did, Tristan, you did tell me how to switch the move order, but which reminds me, and I need to double check what my select button is real quick. So I don't know if you can see me scrolling through these options, but I assume you can't, but I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna check what the select button is. Yeah, I don't think I have a... Oh, that is, yeah. Okay. So yeah, so select button is what I thought it was. Oh, I keep forgetting to switch potential. But yes, I feel like this now has a different feel. Like when I mentioned in the earlier episode, when I had kept it on a lot of the more sax influenced music that I put on here, like rather than the metal, like this one seems like a calm serenity about us. Speaking of serenity from Yu-Gi-Oh, she was blind, just like we are right now. Yeah. What's up? If Brian is watching, I think he'll get the reference. I don't know that Tristan will, because I don't think Tristan knows enough about Yu-Gi-Oh. But yes, that's how my mind works in these my topics that I bring up to talk about. Literally, just if it has like a small, tiny thread, bam. That's how I bring it up. Which I don't know if that's even good or bad, honestly. Like, if you want to tell me, go ahead. Like, that was my one issue with recording this, was that, well, no, the main issue was I was in a living situation that I didn't feel like I should be recording, just because out of respect for the other people in my household. But now the living situation, my room is away from everyone else, so I can record pretty much whenever. And since I can do that was the first hurdle, I guess. The other issue was I didn't think I had enough to talk about. Like, I don't find myself an interesting person personally. Like, when people like have to describe themselves, like, I have a hard time with that, because I find myself to be, like, at least, you know, in perspective of like others, like, I'm a more or less uninteresting person. Like, I'm pretty bland milquetoast in my opinion, at least. Like, I just don't have any super outstanding eccentric qualities to me, as I have to boost my voice like a ton because I'm a quiet person. Like that's usually the go-to that I'll say, like, oh, I'm quiet, I'm shy, whatever, like just the basic stuff, because I don't mind being kind of by myself, like obviously I probably, I talk to internet friends, just as much as I do to, IRL friends, because like I don't mind just doing stuff by myself and just being on my computer all day. Like, I will enjoy that day very much, but then, also enjoy hanging out with friends. Like, it's not like I'm completely antisocial, but I'm like, I'm very willing to just be antisocial. Like, I don't mind it, honestly. So, thus, talking points is I would say, more of a struggle than it might be for other more outgoing people. Which is generally what I would value personally in like a let's play kind of thing. Like, if I was actually going to watch someone else's, that's, I want someone interesting and someone who, would have interesting things to talk about, especially because, like, in this format, I'm just talking to myself. Like, this isn't like a back and forth, which, is very different than just, oh, hey, you have to keep talking by yourself over and over. You can do a, hey, talk two sides kind of deal, but like, it's a kind of weird when you're doing it by yourself. It's not as like natural and free flowing. And so I think that's one thing that really made me hesitate to do this. But since I was begged to do this by Michael, I decided I don't care what anybody else thinks. This is literally, if you want to watch it and you enjoy it, that's a bonus to me. But literally, Michael was begging for this, so I was like, okay, if Michael legitimately wants to watch this, then that's good enough for me. Like, I was like, whatever. Like, that's all that. If one person wanted to watch this, that's enough for me to do it. Because like, I wanted to play this regardless, so I was gonna play this whether it's recorded or not, but I held off because I actually decided quite a while ago that that once I moved, that this was actually going to be the first thing I recorded. Like, I wanted to see if I felt like it was a situation that I could indeed record, and once I moved, I determined that it was. So I knew immediately that this was going to be what I was going to record, and indeed, it has been, obviously, what I'm doing, and I don't know if I really want to record anything more, but, or at least as far as, like I don't know if I'll do Draft League again, but on recording, I might, if anyone's actually interested, but I obviously knew that someone was interested in this, and that was, like I said, that was enough for me. So I didn't mind doing this one, whereas I forgot to heal this, whatever. Let me paralyze, heal this bitch. No, we're not doing this. I'm gonna switch this up first, and then we're not dealing with bullshit same attack. Just no. 100% no. But yeah, like I could not tell you if I've been honestly interesting or not in this format, but if I have not been, I'm hoping at least that the gameplay can get more interesting, because obviously I understand that so far I've just been overleveled for most of this, so it's like, I would say it's hard to say that the gameplay so far has been overwhelmingly interesting, since I'm overleveled and thus I'm just OHKOing most things. So I'm avoiding the trainers just so I can heal up first, and in Lavender Town. I don't think we're gonna quite make it to Cerulean. Oh my god, I keep doing that. Celadon, 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 Celadon. We're not gonna make it to Celadon today. God. Yeah. I think, well, I don't know what time we're at right now, but yeah, we still got a little bit of time. So I'll go clear out the trainers. And yeah, it's, man, I keep doing I can't believe I did it again. I was really gonna say Cerulean again. But yeah, we're obviously Celadon's the next big thing, but we have arrived to Lavender, and since we are in Lavender, it'll be a good place to stop, but since there were those trainers there, I feel like it would be best suited to defeat them, as we have our full potential and our bubbles just ready to slaughter everybody. Alright, that was an interesting dialogue there, just laughing. So must be quite the jovial guy. So I don't mind that, because he can laugh now, but I will have the last laugh, as he unfortunately was unaware of this thing called water type Pokemon that just body him, and thankfully, oh, he's not laughing. Oh, it's hay fever? Alright. That was an interesting plot twist, and by interesting I mean not really, but whatever. We move it along. Like, that's one underrated part, I think, of these games, is that, like, the dialogue. I mean, it's the little things, like these dialogues for the most, you know, they don't necessarily matter for story, but it's interesting flavor text, you know, that adds a little bit to the game. Like, there's always that one science guy at the beginning of the game, and who lets you know how great science is, which, you know, I'm inclined to agree. Science is pretty great. And yeah, now, you know, it's everyone has it. And then obviously in this game they don't have names, but they make it more personal by giving everyone a name, which some of them have some interesting like I like usually like the couples, like they have like references to other things, so those are always really cool. But I think this is probably I think this is technically a slight, I mean, it's not really that short. It's like it's under 30 minutes, but not that much. So we will save right here, as we are in Lavender, going to Celadon. 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 Celadon? Celadon. Celadon. Celadon.